Welcome to Subramani. Some small money hacks which will improve the way you earn money, the way you save money, etc. For a person in his 30s, in her 30s. So here is a girl in her 30s who had asked me, what can I do to improve my money skills? Or even earning more. So let's start with the first thing. In your 20s and 30s, the most important investment you have to make is investing in yourself. You have to see what you can do to improve your skill sets so that you can actually go and command more salary or business income. One thing which I want to tell all young professionals is, don't go and tell your boss that I've added a new degree. I was a chartered accountant. I am now qualified as a lawyer. I have now qualified as a company secretary, and say therefore I should give a raise. I should get a raise. No, it makes no sense. You say, I have added value to myself. I have done this course. I am now a qualified company secretary. Since you have some other subsidiaries which need a lot of clerical work or a lot of secretarial work, can I start adding value there? Ask whether you can add value there, because for you that learning is very important. Once you learn, somebody will pay you more, if not your current employer, right? So it makes no sense to say you're paying me X amount, now pay me X plus 10% or X plus 20% because I've added a degree. You have not added any value to the client, right? Or to your boss. If you have not done that, there's no logic in saying, oh look, that guy is only a chartered accountant, I'm a chartered accountant, company secretary, I should get paid more. Because the boss could turn around and say, look, he's only a chartered accountant, but he's handling the clients directly, he's generating so much revenue for my company. And so as a firm, we have decided that we will give him X percentage of the revenue that he generates. It cannot be, nobody gets paid for the qualification that he or she has, right? So first get out of that, I am qualified, I should get paid better. No, not in a CA firm, not in a software company, not in a merchant banking outfit, not in a simple bank. Nowhere will you get paid more just because you're qualified more. You will get paid more if you're adding more value. So if you're adding value, show how you're adding value. First of all, see how you can add more value to yourself. So keep adding value. Then marry the skills. For example, you go and learn Bharatnatyam. It is not going to increase your bank's income, right? But however, maybe you could do better eye-hand coordination. Maybe you met more people there. You sold something to them. Whatever you do, you have to add value to your employer or to the clients that you have if you are a practicing chartered accountant, lawyer or doctor, right? So typically what can a doctor do? Well, I know one pediatrician who did a course for teenage psychology, because right, that's the next step where your kids are going. You are a pediatrician, so you deal with 1 month old, 1 week old, 3 months old, right till they are 15, 16, right? It actually happens that way, and that is exactly when they are looking for a friend, a companion, etc. If you have done something called child psychology, that's great, but now you're doing teen psychology, you're handling the teens. Maybe if you're a doctor who is older, maybe you're 50 years of age, 55 years of age, maybe you could do something on geriatric care. Maybe you don't identify yourself as much with the teenager as you identify with the 75-year-old or the 85-year-old who's needing a lot of moral support and counseling along with medical treatment. Maybe you could do that, right? So do something by which you are increasing your skills constantly, and increasing skills are visible to the market, to the customer, to your employer, showing what value add you can do because of the new skills that you are learning, right? And it could be anything, right? I always said public speaking, could be making short video films, because tomorrow your presentation is going to be your presentation, you sitting and talking and you adding videos to it. All these skills you will need. So getting all of that married, improving your social media skills, right? All those things are going to enhance you and make you look smarter in your 40s and 50s. So this is a great time to be investing in that. When you invest in that and your boss sees that you're adding value, he or she is definitely going to give you a raise. If they don't worry, the market will recognize you. Then marry all the skill sets that you have, right? Now is the time when also you get to choose your lifestyle. I met couples earning 1 lakh, 1.5 lakhs who swear that they cannot live without a vehicle. Great, but then they are unable to make a down payment to buy a house. Completely your choice whether you should buy a car or whether you should buy a house or whether you should buy neither, use Ola, Uber and rental property. I don't know. I'm saying make your choice very sensibly. Using public transport versus using private transport for people earning about 1 lakh, 1 lakh 20 a year, there's a huge difference. Cars are expensive. You pay on tolls, you pay for petrol, you pay for maintenance, you pay for the occasional parking mistakes that you make or the occasional 2000 rupee fine on the Bombay Pune highway. Somewhere you will pay all those prices. So be careful. Choose the lifestyle that you want in congruence with what you want to do with your money, right? Don't think that the two are completely different. If you want to spend a lot of money in eating out in good places and things like that, you will have lesser saving. Perfectly all right if that suits you. So see what are the alternatives which are available and what you should be doing. Lifestyle choices are completely yours and that will decide how much money you will have. You make the choice. I'm not saying right, wrong, right? Make saving and investing as an and activity, saying I have an EMI to pay and I will invest, rather than saying I will start investing after my EMI is over, my car EMI is over, my house EMI is over. Then you will never start. So it has to be an activity which says, okay, this month is my sister's wedding, I'm paying a big portion for it, therefore I can't do my SIP. No. This is my sister's wedding, I'm contributing a lot, this month may be difficult, I'm still meeting my SIP targets, right? So whether it's your EMI, whether it is your SIP, make sure that all that gets paid on time and it is not either or I will do this or I will do that. Unfortunately, within the time frame that you have, with the money that you have to do both, right? People will not tell you, and people will actually push you towards very poor investment choices. So whether it is maybe you bought a motorbike because you loved that bike, so you paid 3.5 lakhs for it. Now there is pressure from your house saying you need to buy a car, you need to buy a house. So be careful. Thwarting parental pressure is very important, right? Don't get into EMI traps because your parents wanted you to get into EMI traps. So you must go abroad, you must buy a car, you must buy this, you must buy that, you must buy a house, and suddenly you will find that you're taking home almost nothing because you're paying HDFC Bank, you're paying ICICI Bank, you're paying State Bank of India. Having paid all of them, there's very little left for you, right? Remember that when you get a lump sum, how to deal with it. I have a very simple thumb rule. So if you are young and you've received the money, put away 1/3 into some investment which you will not touch for 5-10 years. So if you're very young, maybe you're 27 and you've got a lump sum, I would ideally say put it away in a retirement fund, but you never know, a lot of uncertainties in your life. Spend 1/3 and the remaining 1/3 you can repay a loan if you have. So 1/3 you invest, 1/3 you repay the loan, and 1/3 you spend on yourself. This is the most sensible thing. But if the amount that you receive is huge, if it is 40-50 crores and your net worth is 3 crores, then you have to think very differently. Go to an investment counselor, immediately put it in a liquid fund, sit with an advisor or whoever, get 2-3 advisors help, then choose one and then start investing. That is going to be far bigger a challenge than what you have done so far in your life. Also remember that small changes, very many people would say, oh, I don't have big amounts of money. So 20 years back or 22 years back, for a friend of mine whose daughter's wedding I should be attending soon, I asked him to start a 6,000 rupee SIP, and he's very happy with the results that he got. After that, of course, he's got nice net worth, but then that 6,000 rupees start was something which he thought was too small. But it definitely added up. In 3-4 years, he understood the impact of these small numbers, right? So small habit changes could make big changes in your total overall portfolio. When you're creating a portfolio, think in terms of years, decades, generations rather than in quarters, and don't set a target. Don't say, oh, I bought the share at 8 rupees, I'll sell it at 10 rupees. Maybe it will go to 8,000, right? You don't know. So you make that choice saying, okay, these are investments being made for the long run. I may sell it to book some capital gain, I may do any of those things, but right now I'm buying it with a forever kind of a mindset. I'm not in a hurry to sell it off now just because the price has gone up 10% or 20%. I like the business, I like the model, I like the promoter, so I'll stick there for a pretty long period of time, right? Well, some of my tips. Thank you.